Okay, I think we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Erin and I are just going to wait a couple of minutes and let people join. As you join, please let us know that you're here, where you're from. We'd love to hear from you.
We are live. It's always the first awkward few minutes as we wait, but we want to get as many people on as possible.
Yes, yes.
And if you're hopping on here early, feel free to comment where you're from, anything you wanted to say, shout out your coach's name, anything that you want to share with this community.
I'll say I'm from Kentucky. Erin's from New York, so we're representing some of the East Coast of the United States tonight.
Oh, and guess who our first comment is? Chuck. Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck. My fellow Kentuckian. Thanks for joining us.
All right, Jen, should we go ahead and get started?
Sure. I think we can do that. And again, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And as Erin and I already mentioned, as you join, please just let us know that you're here, where you're from. You know, if you're currently in the program, we have program staff here, so please give a shout out as well. Let us know your clinic, your role at the clinic. We just want to hear from each and every one of you. And Erin and I are really excited about this Facebook Live tonight because we're going to spend some time talking about our HMR clinics and tell you a little bit of the history of HMR, which all began with our clinic programs. So let me start just by saying, what do we mean when we talk about a clinic program? These are HMR programs mostly within health systems who offer in-person groups, primarily individual coaching, operations support, and most of our HMR clinics also offer medical support as needed. So my name is Jennifer Neal. I am Vice President of Account Services and Training at HMR, and I'm joined by Erin Pajak, who will introduce herself to you in just a moment. A little bit about my own history at HMR. I began my work here in 1998. Hard to believe that. At our clinic in Lexington, Kentucky, where I still live, just a little bit south of Lexington. I started as an operations specialist and a coach. And so my love for this work really started working in the clinic, where I had the privilege of working directly with patients, as well as a full team of clinicians who were all committed to the success of each and every one of our patients. So I fell in love with that work and HMR, the mission truly of HMR, which is why I'm here 27 years later. And for the past 22 years, I've worked directly with our clinic programs that I want to talk more about tonight, all across the country. And I'm excited to tell you more about these amazing people in these clinics. As I mentioned earlier, we do have many staff from our clinic programs who are planning to join us tonight. So again, team, if you haven't already, say hello. Let us know you're here. Even tell us a little bit about your clinic so that we can, really get a sense of who's with us tonight. So Erin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey with HMR?
All right. I'm Erin Pajak, as Jennifer mentioned, and I'm the Director of Account Services at HMR. My journey started 26 years ago, actually this week. And I was really drawn to the HMR culture of living a healthy lifestyle. When I started, we actually had walking interviews. So imagine that in January in Boston, walking over snowbanks and through the common while interviewing. So it was just a perfect match. I worked in training and development and for about 3 years, the first 3 years, and then spent time at our HMR clinic program just outside of Boston. Each time I attended group, I was amazed at the way patients truly transform their lives as a result of this work. So I transitioned to the role of health coach, and I had the privilege of working in partnership with hundreds of patients over those years. So for the past 19 years, I've been working with our clinic partners all over the country. And I have to say, as Jennifer mentioned, we have such a committed group of clinicians, and I'm so proud to work with them and consider them friends. Now, tonight, I'll be checking some of the comments in the chat. So I will be checking my phone. I'll be looking down from time to time, but just wanted to make sure that we were able to engage with comments. I've already seen some of you. I see Angie, I see Joy, I see Amber, I saw you pop on there, Gina. We have so many of our clinic representatives here, which makes for a great night.
That's great. Yes. And please, again, tell us more about yourselves. And thanks, Erin. Such a great introduction. And I think you can, all see really the passion and excitement that Erin and I have truly about this topic tonight. And, I have to start by saying that, all of us at HMR are so grateful to continue this work that began over 40 years ago with our clinic programs. And as you know, it's just been a challenging journey for all of us for the past 4 months, but we couldn't be more excited to be part of the Profile family who acquired HMR at the end of 2022. So as I mentioned earlier, I've had the privilege of working closely with our clinic programs for over 2 decades. Many of the staff members that Erin mentioned already, I know personally, I know firsthand the incredible work that they do with the patients in their clinic. But they are a talented group of people who are trained to deliver the highest quality program. So Erin and our team spend a lot of time on training and support with our clinic programs so that we are really delivering a top-notch program that really gets the best outcomes that we possibly can. So we work with a group of people who are open to that, again, committed to the success of their patients. I know each of these clinics very, very well and their teams, and am confident in saying that you just couldn't ask for a more dedicated, truly empathetic group of people who simply want to help others live healthier lives. So Erin, anything you would add or any comments we should mention at this point?
I would just echo everything that you said, and we have some more team clinic staff joining. I saw Kenzie, hello, all the way from Utah. And we have a lot of people that are maybe from clinics or just tuning in to learn a little bit more. We have one great story that John was on HMR for 3 years, lost over 200 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit, but glad to get back into coaching.
Wow.
So congratulations, John, and welcome back.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, thank you all, for joining us. Keep letting us know that you're here. If you are joining or missed any part of this live, you can always go back and watch the recording on our Facebook page, and we certainly would encourage you to do so. So Erin and I thought it would just be fun to share a little bit about the history of HMR. Some of you may know this history, some of you may not, but I think it just tells a great story about truly who HMR is and, what we represent. So as I do that, I want to tell you about the founder of HMR, Dr. Lawrence Stifler. He started in this field in the mid-1960s. He does have an academic background, having taught at Boston University and Harvard Medical School. In 1979, he started 49 programs with a different company. And as he really started doing this work and working with programs in the area of medically supervised weight loss, he and 12 other people that he was working with in this company decided that there were some things they just didn't really like, that they wanted to improve because they felt like there was just a better way to do this. They didn't like the fact that they weren't tracking data in terms of patient outcomes. They weren't providing training to their clinics so that, again, they were providing consistency to get those top-notch outcomes that we talked about. And they honestly didn't love the taste of the food with this other company. And they knew that that was key to patient success. All of you out there know that good tasting food is critical to be on a diet, to be compliant on a diet. So with all of that in mind, in 1983, he and those 12 other clinicians founded HMR. They actually worked out of Larry's house for a period of time as they were getting the company kicked off, and then they moved into their first office. Larry is, I say this all the time, one of the most brilliant people that I've ever had the good fortune of meeting, and he has a heart of gold. And within that heart of gold was always a desire to just help people and to give back. But he's also written extensively. He's published articles in the areas of preventive health and weight management, and really was the true mind behind all that we do to this day within the HMR program. I would say that he's been a visionary, a true leader in this field. And I know that I can speak for all of us at HMR and say that we're grateful for the many years that we got to learn from Larry, to continue the legacy of HMR with, really all that he taught us. He is truly committed to quality patient care, positively changing the lives of others. And the vision of this company, the vision of HMR, really began with wanting to help others. And that is the standard we continue to hold as our highest value. How can we help others, again, deliver the highest quality care? Because supporting patients to achieve the best outcomes is a goal that we all share to this day. And that's a goal that we share with our clinic programs and the teams within those clinic programs. And it's really where all of this began with HMR, was within our clinics. So just a little history there about HMR. Anything you would add, Erin, from the stories or anything from your perspective?
Yeah, I would just say that when I started, this was my first professional job, and Larry's office was right off of our reception area. He was so open, he was so welcoming, and he was my mentor. So I learned everything from him regarding the program, regarding behavior change, regarding coaching and effectiveness. And now that I look back, it was truly a privilege to be mentored by him and be kind of raised in this HMR community for the last 26 years.
I could not agree more. And it's interesting, Erin and I both, as we mentioned, are almost exactly at the same timeline in our time with HMR. But we have so many staff in our clinic who have been here as long, if not longer, than we have. Some who are with us today 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, even 10, 15 years, which I just think is a true representation of the commitment that the team has to this work and to our patients, who, again, they just want to continue to see be successful. Any comments or other top items that you should mention now, Erin, or would like to mention?
We have a lot of people call different states all over the place. We've got Chesapeake, Virginia. We've got a shout out to Coach Gina from Natick, Mass. We've got some folks from Louisville, Michigan, Minnesota. Yeah, Wichita. We've got a lot of people.
Great to see that. And Gina is one of those team members that I mentioned, who I think probably has a longer tenure, Erin, than both you and me, and pretty amazing at what she does. So great shout out to Gina for sure. So, many of you who are with us here tonight may currently work with a clinic team. It sounds like from what we're hearing, Erin, that's definitely the case. Or, at some point may have worked with a clinic in some capacity. And some of you may have worked with a clinic for many, many years. That's also not uncommon, right, Erin, to see patients who stayed with us for a long time to continue to get the support of this just difficult job, right? We all know how hard it is in the world in which we live today to manage our weight when the culture just doesn't support that. So we have a lot of long-term patients within our clinic as well. So those of you who have been around a while know that HMR's made a lot of changes through the years. And some of that has really been to accommodate changing demand, consumer preferences, things like online ordering. Again, when we started this work for over 40 years ago, there was no Google. There was no let me order at my computer and get things delivered to home. So we've really made some changes with the goal being just to reach a wider audience who may not have access to a local clinic. But what we want to talk about more here in just a moment is if you do have access to a local clinic program, you want to take advantage of that. But again, we've made a lot of changes for out of necessity. Consumer preferences we know have changed, but the clinics truly are the heart and soul of HMR. And what we've done for the past 40 plus years as we track the outcomes from our clinic programs, our patients through the years, we've taken what we've learned in those clinics and we've improved the treatment. We've simplified the treatment, and we've even modeled our remote program from this strong foundation of what we've been able to accomplish and really learn all of these years in the clinic. What you may also find is that you have a clinic near you and you may not know it, or you may know someone who could benefit from a clinic program and they may have one near them. So what we wanted to do tonight is just spotlight what I would say is the unique support that the clinic offers, the high touch support, the personalized care with a very non-judgmental approach to coaching. So our HMR clinics take a multidisciplinary approach with a full team. So behavioral coaching, operations support. As I mentioned earlier, most do offer a medical component if needed with a lower calorie, even more structured diet option. So especially if you have a lot of weight to lose and you do have a clinic near you, you may find that there are more diet options for you that could really fit your needs. So that's, again, just a little bit about what sets apart our clinic programs. Erin, anything that you would want to add there or comments?
A couple comments that I wanted to mention from the chat. There's one comment, clinics are the heart. So thankful for that. I drive over 30 miles, but worth it. The Burlington, Wisconsin clinic staff is beyond wonderful, knowledgeable, kind, and very supportive. They're a very special group, that Aurora team. And so I think we're caught up mostly so far from the comments. And, I just wanted to share, Jen, as I'm listening to you talk about, coaching, there's one category of, weight management where it's education. And we truly feel like we're in partnership with you. So your coaches are in there with you. We're not just telling you what you need to do or what you should do. We're really helping you. And as a true coaching model, so that you can increase your skills to have them become a habit. And that's really how our coaches are trained and really what's most effective. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that as well as I was listening to the term, health coaches. That's really where we've shifted that terminology over the years.
Yeah, it's great. Really great points, Erin. So just a couple more things that I want to say about how you can find a clinic program and some, opportunities for you. We will be posting a link in the comments of this Facebook Live so that you can see all of the current HMR clinic programs. I highly encourage you to contact one that's near you. So the list, as you see it, is going to be organized by state. So you can, pull up your state and see the programs that are near you. And again, I just can't say enough that if you're able to experience the HMR program through a clinic, it truly is a unique experience to have. Prior to COVID, our clinic programs were 100% built around in person. All of the groups were in person, medical appointments were in person, but most of our clinics do still offer some virtual options. So when you contact them, they can guide you around the best option for you, even if HMR at home works best for you, for that particular clinic. But don't be shy. Even if you look at that list and say, oh, that's a little far for me, I would still recommend that you contact them, because a virtual option that they have could absolutely be an option for you. Or again, HMR at home may be something, but they can guide you and direct you based on your goals and what may work best for you. But contacting those clinic programs just connects you to a community where you can get more support, as Erin said, that keyword coaching that they can provide you. And again, it really does give you the maximum support. Certainly, we continue to work to add more clinics. So if you don't see one in your area, just know that we're continuing to work to get more clinics so that more people can experience truly what these HMR clinics have to offer. So take a look for that program list. We will be sharing that in the comments. Check it out, call one. And like I said, even if you aren't super close, they can direct you to the best option. And even better, if you join in March, most of our clinic programs are offering $100 off when you join. And what I can tell you is you won't regret speaking to someone from an HMR clinic who, again, only want to help you with whatever your goals may be around your weight and your health. So before I summarize, Erin, anything else from your perspective or from the comments?
Just a couple things that I was just thinking about as you were speaking is that, as we are getting kind of ramped back up, we do have a fair amount of programs that are kind of opening in the pipeline. So even though the list that you will see in the comments is complete now, but we do have some that have already expressed interest and signed contracts. So we want to make sure that we will be updating that list soon.
Great. Thanks, Erin. Thanks for adding that. Any other comments from the chat or from the comments that we should mention?
No, just a lot. I know, Joy, you're available. Joy from Daytona Beach. They've got such a great program down at Halifax Health. Really willing and able to help so many people down in Florida. Yeah, just a lot of great comments. And, what I can say is that, if you are a current patient of a clinic, it just shows all the love that you have for your coaches. I know Jennifer and I enjoy working with them, in partnership, but it also goes to show that, you have strong relationships with your health coaches as well.
That's right. And if you're already in a clinic, keep working with them, keep letting them coach you and support you and help you along this journey, because you won't find anyone better out there to do that than the staff within these HMR clinics. So I don't want to keep you. We thank you so very much for joining us tonight. Erin and I have had a lot of fun sharing our own love and excitement for the HMR program and, all of the great work that the teams do throughout our system. As you hopefully were able to see, we are a group of people committed to helping others and we want to help each of you in the best way that we can. So please check out the program list, and we wish you nothing but the best as you begin or continue your journey to become healthier. And again, if you joined us kind of midway through the Facebook Live, you will be able to go back on our Facebook page and watch this. And we encourage you to do so. Tell others, invite others to take a look at this so that they can learn a little bit more about the clinic program as well. So have a wonderful evening. And again, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.